welcomes you back to the Archard Talk. Today we are with Miss Eden Gatesi. Eden is a third-year medical student at the University of Global Health Equity. She also served as the student representative in the COVID-19 Emergency Committee team at UJT and a cohort representative in INHADE Surgery Interest Group, student-led organization which aspires to inspire the next generation of Rwandan surgeons through activities such as organizing blood donation, community service, and seminars. Aside from medicine, Eden is interested in leadership, as in 2021, she received the award as the Best Academic Female Leader of the Year organized by the Campus Limited organizations. In past years, Eden participated in different programs such as the Women in Science YSI program that took place in Malawi. She also attended the Global Give Back Cycle Future Political Leaders Conference in Kenya, where she was the Vice President of Future Political Leaders Organization. Eden loves to play, and she also enjoys conversing with people, traveling and dancing. She aspires to be a future medical doctor and a global health leader. Welcome, Miss Eden.
Thank you so much, Benny.
We are really glad to have you.
Oh, I'm glad to be here too. Thank you.
How is life?
Really good of now because the courses is not that tough, so we're good. Thank you.
You made student speaks. Okay, so as you said, you were the best female academic leader of the year 2021. That is congratulations.
Thank you.
And talking about leadership, what is leadership to you?
All right. So leadership to me, I see it as responsibility. I think it's representation and coordination of our people to help each other achieve a certain goal as a group of people.
Wow. A leader with team spirit, we desire such leaders. So, do you think of yourself as a good leader?
Oh, wow. That's really a great question, but I had one indeed. And personally, I think that a leader can be described more by the people that she or he leads. And I hope you've seen me lead, you've seen me organizing different things. And so I would like to turn back the question to you. Do you think I'm a good leader?
Oh, thank you for turning back the question. I've seen you for months or almost a year. And yeah, according to what I heard or see, I think you are. No, I think I see you as a leader, and indeed that is why you received an award as the best academic female leader of the year. And
oh, I take that as a compliment. Thank you.
It is true. Okay, so when did you start to lead and act as a leader?
Yeah, well, I can't trace the exact time that I started living and acting as a leader, because I think that being a leader is not just having a title, but more of the actions that you do. So the actions is what that can describe a person as a leader. And I can't say exactly when I started having those actions, but I think that it have started at a very young age, because I'm the first daughter born.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, that came with the responsibilities, of course, of taking care of my young siblings, make sure they ate, they did their homework, they did what they have to do. And by that, through motivating them, through giving them a reward to a person who did well and punishing those who did not very well, through that I get to start living and acting as a leader.
So you applaud the leadership style of rewards and punishments?
Yes, because I think that serves as a motivation to the people whom you're leading.
Okay. What are some of your remarkable milestones throughout your leadership journey?
Oh, yeah. So the milestone that I can share with you that I see, that I saw in my leadership journey, I've served as a children representative from 2015 to 2018 in the National Children Council. And I had the responsibilities of advocating for the children, and there were specifically these two children that who are my neighbors, and they weren't going to school. They had dropped out of school because they couldn't get the scholastic materials because their families could not afford. So as it was my job, I did advocate for them. I said their problem, I communicated it to the executive person of the sector, who really received it well and helped those children. And the next time seeing those kids going back to school in really great uniforms, having school bags, I was happy to see that. It was so satisfying, and I see that as a milestone or as a leader.
That is more than being a leader. That is being a human in the first place. Humanity.
Yeah, because that's what it's that.
Yeah, love it. So you have this plausible achievements, but in saying your leadership journey, did you face any challenges?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Challenges are there every time in everything, so I did face a lot of them.
Like, can you share?
Okay. So like the first challenge that I can share that I faced as a leader is I think that it's mainly of communication concern, because as a class representative, there are times that I could communicate this idea from the class of what we need or what you're requesting, and think that this is really necessary, we need to get this, and I communicate it to my leaders also, and then they do not get it so well as I do, and they turn me down, and that's so discouraging, because deep down me I feel like this was really necessary, and then they turned it down, and sometimes the reasons that are given are not even satisfying. So that was so discouraging. And also another challenge that I face as a leader is, for instance, when there are new regulations to communicate to my classmates, and I don't really get the reasons behind, I don't really understand it, and I have to stand in a position to communicate it to my classmates. And that time it feels like a burden to me, because it's something that I also do not get, so communicating it to other people feels like a challenge. And yeah, that's some of what I face as a leader.
Yeah, just being turned down hurts. I understand. But how did you manage? Because you hear you were the best leader of the year. But how did you manage, or how do you manage the challenges I face?
Yeah, I would say that what I've learned so far as the leader is that there is always a challenge throughout, and how you overcome it matters more. And I won't say I have a right or a definite answer to overcoming those challenges, because I learn, and that's why there are challenges. Yes, they're there. But some of what I do is that in case like there is that communication concern, I try to evaluate myself, see what I did, if there's anywhere that I did wrong, and I can learn from that, improve, and make sure that I do better next time. And also, I try to work with my colleagues, tell them how I feel about things, we work things together, and I try to value ideas from both sides. And also, since I'm just a class representative, and most of the decisions that are made by school leaders. So what I do is that I try to understand the reason why they're doing this, not that, because I think I look up to them. I look up to them as big leaders, as big giants that we're standing on, and I think that through learning from them, then I can improve, and I can be a better leader in the future. I can be that leader who makes impactful decisions to the community.
Fabulous, magical. There is a saying that if I was able to look far or to see far, it's because I was standing on the shoulders of giants.
That's right.
I like that, and self-awareness also matters. How can you relate your growth as a leader from the time you started living as a leader?
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I can't trace exactly when I started living as a leader. However, as a first daughter born, my responsibilities that I had then is different from the responsibilities that I have today as a student representative. So back then, all I had to do was to make sure that my younger siblings did what they should be doing, and that was quite simple. Like by now, thinking of it, and from there, I was voted for as children representative, whereby then I had to listen to children's voice, listen to them, understand them, and then advocate for them to the higher levels. So that was like some other responsibilities, and then from there I got to be student representative, whereby in a university where leading a group of really intelligent people. So they have different opinions, they have different points, and what I have to do as a leader is to listen to them, coordinate what we're thinking, and find a common ground. So I think that by growing, I get to lead at different levels, and by then I get to grow as a person. And
by the way, you say that you aspire to be a future medical doctor and a global health leader.
Yeah.
So how we know that med school is demanding, right? And the workload is quite tough. It's just tough to live the med school life.
That's true.
And when you have the added responsibilities of like being a leader, now you also have the leadership workload. So how do you manage today, also preparing for the future?
So it's really a viral concept that med school is tough, and leadership is also not easy. However, both are a necessary concept, and if something is needed, then we find a way to do it. So personally, what I do is that I do prioritize things. So for instance, if I have a meeting to attend or an email to write concerning my responsibilities as a leader, and then I also have an exam in 2 hours, so you understand, I will have to first do an exam and then write an email later. So I do prioritize on what is a priority in that time. And aside of that, I like to do a to-do list. Like there's these sticky notes that I like to attach to my laptop, indicating what I have to do and when I have to do it. And that really helps because I get to align my leadership responsibilities in the time that does not collide with my academic schedule. So that's how I do it, even though it's not like every time I do what I planned as perfect as I did, but then it helps me stay on track, know what to do and when to do it.
Great. Know what to do and when to do it. That is a great point. Do you have a role model?
Well, that question most of the time becomes hard for me to answer because, I don't have a role model. Because, yeah, I do think that people grow in different circumstances, face different challenges that they have to overcome, and they have different support, which is why I don't have this one specific person that I look up to as my role model. However, every time I compare myself to the past me, I compare myself, like my family's achievements become my motivation. Like for example, let's say if my grandfather had achieved like this certain level, and then my parents are at this better level, and then I take it as my responsibility to be on a better level than what my parents are at now. So that serves as my motivation to make me wake up in the morning, feel motivated to do something to improve on where I was yesterday.
Interesting. I'm learning a lot. You can also have yourself as a role model and compare yourself to that.
Yeah. However, every person who does really impactful activities, that person inspires me in that specific time, in that specific activity. So I learn from different people and different things.
Wow. Okay, so by the way, let's learn a little bit more about yourself aside the leadership roles, aside the med school life. Who is Eden, or what is your fun fact?
Yeah. So one of my fun fact is that actually sometimes I see myself as the most serious person. I think I'm
really
so serious. You see? And then when I talk to my friends, I'll be like, I think you are the funniest person I've ever seen. I'm like, really, you don't see how tough I am. So people see me as a fun person, maybe because I think that aside of tough medicine, aside of leadership, I can't make life more tough. So I do. I enjoy being social, communicating to my friends, having some fun activities with them, and so yeah, that's part of me again. And also something else is that aside of that, some people take sports like martial art as a scaring thing, but I do enjoy it. So. Okay, don't be scared. It's not that much.
So you just this thing?
I can try.
Okay, I think this is the right way, right?
True.
Somehow. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
It is nice. It is nice to learn about how we have different perspectives. The same thing. I think I'm serious. I think I'm funny. But that's okay.
It's the same person.
Yeah. That perspectives matter. So to wrap this up, what are your advice to the young people out there, young ladies, young boys who also aspire to be growing leaders?
So what I can talk to the people, to the young people out there who wants to be leaders of the future or of even the present, is that what I can talk to the people out there, to the young boys and girls who aspire to be leaders of the future or even of the present. What I can tell them is that you can always learn. There's always something to learn beyond what you just see. There's always a skill to learn beyond what you just have. And by that, you get to improve. So you can improve day to day. You can become the person you want. You might not see yourself as you're able by your age, by your background, by your community at that time. However, it's a matter of learning. If you give it time, you learn, you put in your energy, then you get to become a better person, then you get to become a better leader of the future. So, and what I can add to that is that being a leader is not just being so strict and make sure that like life is so tough, but it's always necessary to have that time for yourself, that time to rest, to take a nap, to enjoy with your friends, because life is short. And I think that you get to learn day to day, and by being a good servant, then you can get to become a good leader.
Thank you very much. That's not it, because you need to be a servant and be a leader. That's another concept that we need to learn more about and to live. So ending the session today, and we're very glad that you made it to the Archard Talk with the T250 TV. We are really glad. I'm Benny Timbazwene. I was with Miss Eden Gatesi. Thank you everyone for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.